Hey loves, I am doing something new here. I haven't posted a book, like what I read on my reading journey here on this YouTube channel in a minute. I have very much still been reading. Follow me on my Bookstagram account, MissRessaT Plus. I did also post just the graphics on TikTok, but I haven't made a video in 2 months here. If you want to see what I read for, what is this? March and April, go check out the Instagram Plus channel. But I'm gonna start doing longer content for the book of the month. I'm only gonna do, I doubt I'm gonna pop in and do like book reviews and stuff like that on YouTube, but I do be wanting to chit chat about the books. So the longer versions will be here for each book of the month. I mean, excuse me, not book of the month, but the monthly reading wrap up will be here on YouTube, and then the shorter video of rapid fire of what I read for the month will be on the TikTok and on my Instagram. So for the month of May, I read a total of 14 books. Let's see. I think only one was a reread. Yeah, only one was a reread. Had a very good reading month, you guys. So these are not in order that I read them. This is the order that I had posted them. No real order here. But I reread the Drew Collins book 2, The First Family by Granger. When a Wolf Loves the Moon, the third book has been out for a minute, but I wanted to wait for the audio to reread book 2, and so the audio came out on the 15th. Read that, enjoyed the audio. I really do enjoy the voices that they have, except for like Ty and the Wolf. If you read the books, I don't know about the wolf voice, but the other ones I enjoy. I gave that a 5 stars again. I'm actually so glad that I went back and reread, because I feel like I missed a lot. And it definitely helped prepare me for book number 3, When a Wolf Loves the Moon, y'all. Very good here. So these books, Drew Collins is the first one, A Secret Life of Maggie Gray. I don't know if I want to start doing like synopsis of the books here. I go on both of my books blind, but this is like part of a series here. If you like, it gives me Harry Potter, but with all black people and black paranormal characters. You got wolves, you got sirens, you got vampires, you got them all in this secret university, right? Love this whole series. Again, like I said, reread of First Family, 5 stars. The When a Wolf Loves the Moon is book number 3, 5 freaking stars. I felt like it started off a little slow, and I was like, oh no, because I was very nervous to read book 3, because I have issues with the third books. There was just one series that I read, and I'm like, it was so good, and then the third book just killed it. So I have like anxiety about the third books, but I've been on a streak now, because Oathbound by Tracy Dion was very good. That's the third book in that series. And When the Wolf Loves the Moon, awesome. Shout out to The Second Family. Just read the series, you guys. I would love to hear some more feedback on it. Like, really, just the characters really became more into themselves and who they are. And like, listen, so good. And I also read part of my book club. Our book of the month for May was Can't Get Enough. We're actually about to have a book club meeting in a few hours. So I have not put my rating on Goodreads with this one. Follow me on Goodreads and all this other good stuff, y'all. I'm on Storygraph, all of those. I gave this book 5 stars, and I am shooketh. Okay, listen, Kennedy Ryan is a very talented author, but I will say I have an issue. Books 1 and 2 in this series, this is Skyland series, Before I Let Go and This Could Be Us, are not my favorite books. While the writing is beautiful, listen, and I'm outside, y'all, shout out to the cloud. It's just things like, I'm like, this is just too slow of a burn to be grown adults. And I'm not just talking about like you're supposed to get in the book and just start hunching. Okay, no, like you gotta establish things and stuff like that. So I'm gonna sit here and say like I'm a fan of It's the Love, but like It's just a little too slow of a burn for me. But I have been looking forward to the third book in the Skyland series for a long time, because Hendrix, I just connected with her more in regards to the character that she is. She is the only person in the group. It's three best friends. Okay, the first book before I let go is, I do not remember her name. I think it starts with a J. It's her book. Her book is A Second Chance to Love, and then the second book is This Could Be Us. That is Soledad's story. That is my, if I had to rank them, so that would be my least favorite. But they all ended up beautiful, y'all. They all end up with beautiful stories, and I love it because you see Black people in a positive light, and I love that. And the love stories are beautifully written, but absolutely can't get enough. Is my absolute favorite. Real by Kennedy Ryan was my favorite Kennedy Ryan book. I think this may be beating Real. And Real is what made me really want to read this book, because honestly I didn't know if I was going to continue this series. But in my book club, we read only African American authors, and I stress the importance of also reading these new releases. Okay, we have to support these new releases, because they don't go as hard for us, right? Like, Kennedy Ryan is somebody who is popular, but at the end of the day, we have to go, we have to support them all and continue to support even the popular ones, to let them know we still need to see ourselves in these bookstores and all that good stuff. But so we follow Hendrix's story. Hendrix is a self-appointed auntie. Okay, sis ain't trying to have no kids. Sis is trying to get her career. Her focus is her career. It's not on love. She just out here trying to have a good time. And I enjoyed that, and it was great seeing a woman that is about her business, but also reading about a woman who has conflict with that, because when we find love, or we want to explore things like love, and I say we because I am very much in that position, it makes us nervous, because we also don't want to lose ourselves. We don't want to lose our independence. So I'm not going to tell any of the story, but I will say the book was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, gave it 5 stars. Then I've been reading the Hunger Games series. I don't know if y'all can hear that train. Let me just pause. Okay, I think for the most part it is gone by. The Ballad of Songbird and Snakes by Susan Collins. That is the 4th book in this series here. I gave that 4 stars. This whole Hunger Games series has been really freaking good. I've thoroughly enjoyed. I actually have completed the whole series now, but the 5th book I read in the month of June here, so we'll discuss that next month. But the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, if you watch the movies, we know that this is President Snow's story, from his, I want to say, humble beginnings, but not really. Okay, like, I mean, he was in the Capitol, and he just happened to not be as well-to-do. Hey, Granny. As well-to-do as others, but Snow lands on top. Okay, Snow lands on top is all that I can say with that. If you enjoyed the series, as far as the movies, you will absolutely enjoy the books. This is another case of the books are better than the series. This book was good to me. I took a break. I hadn't read. I think this may be the 4th book. I don't know what I said earlier, but I read the first 3 books probably a couple of months ago. So it's been a minute since I picked the series back. I was like, let me pick the series back up before I forget anything. And I'm glad I did. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, so much more went down. So much more goes down in the books, and it's just very detailed, and like, for a second, like, you almost feel some type of way. You almost feel sorry for Snow, and then you just realize, like, some people are just gonna always be who they are. Okay, so very much enjoyed that. Again, that was 4 stars. I read a lot of urban fiction this month. A lot of urban fiction. I read all over, as you can tell, but my favorite genres are fantasy, sci-fi, fantasy, paranormal, and my least favorite genre is like romance, like just strictly romance. If it's a fantasy and romance, then yeah. But and I don't read a lot of urban fiction unless it's like urban paranormal fiction. But I read a lot of urban fiction this month, and I must say, did not complain, did not disappoint here. So I read the Capone series. I've been seeing it everywhere, in the book space, especially the black book space, by Jaquel J. So there's one, two, there's only 2 books in the Capone. Oh, because I read the first one in last month. So I read the last 2 books in May. So Capone 2 and Capone 3. Capone 3, I gave 3, I gave 5 stars. Capone 2, I gave 4 stars. And I believe Capone 1, I gave 4 stars. I can't recall. Very good series. Let me go back to last month's. Well, I don't even know. Oh, so maybe I read more than that. 1, 2. Okay, so I read 15 books in the month of May. I forgot to put only on the visual. It only has Capone 1 and Capone 3. But yeah, I read all 3 books in the Capone series. Capone is a twin. His twin is locked up in jail. They run the streets. I'm not big on like street books. I mean, because when I read, I like to escape. And even though I'm not in a shootout reality, like I'm not in a hood reality. I'm like, I feel like I could get that anywhere. So that's why I really don't gravitate towards urban fiction. But I do enjoy when like it's smart streets. Can't say that word. Yeah, smart streets. Smart street. I don't know. You forgot what I'm trying to say. Like but it's just like they're basically him and his last name is Delgado. So the Delgado brothers, they run the streets, but one of them is doing a bid right now. But I just love when they're actually like smarter. Like they just out here being reckless in the streets. Like so, it's him and his sister, which a lot of people don't know about the sister because they protect their family as they should. And Capone basically finds his love. It's one of those listen. I said you mine, you better be mine. I'll kill anybody that touch you. These unhinged men that that are enjoying in books, but in real life, I'm calling the police on you. So that is Capone, and we go. It's 3 books, like I said, of following Capone's journey. You get to meet a good host of characters. You get to meet his brother and their relationship. You get to meet his love interest and what she has going on. Sis, now I will say, y'all, and these books be pissing me off when these women be needing help. I get it because I'm hyper independent too, but I'm recovering, honey. Like we're in our soft era. We know how to let a man if he want to help. He let that man help. Okay, girl, you struggling. But no, I enjoy her name's Erin and her family. Like they go through some crazy mess, y'all. And each book, Jaquel J ends these books like to be continued. I'm like, girl. So they're not long books at all. Like this whole series, I'm already on the right after Capone's books were Capadonna's book. Capadonna is the twin, the one that's in jail. We follow him actually. How we ended Capone 3 was Capadonna getting out of jail. Okay, he has done his long bid. So I did read books 1 and 2 of the Capadonna series in May. I have yeah, and I'm still reading them here in June. I think I'm on the last book. Yeah, I'm on the last book now. There's 4 books for Capadonna, but they're all like maybe 2. They're not long at all. I don't think they're no longer than like, I don't know. I don't want to say, but they're not super long books here. We're looking like 200, 300 pages or so. Capadonna and Capone are twins. They're the same, but they're not. Okay. Capadonna is a little more reckless. If you thought Capone was reckless, Capone is reckless but methodical. So is Capadonna. but he also can fly off the head. Like, but you find Capadonna actually, when he went into jail, he had his love interest, what he thought was the love of his life. When he went to jail, and then when he got out, he got to see her for what she truly was, and he finds his queen. And he's different from the twin because he is Muslim. He found religion in jail, so it's different aspects. That I love how he loves his woman. When I tell you, this family goes through a lot. Okay, their sister goes through a lot. It's just a good series. I do encourage to read. I think it's perfect, especially if you're not like a huge urban fiction person, because it's not as long. It's not long of a series. Well, there's a lot of books, but I mean individual books are not as long. So I gave Capadonna 1 a 5-star. I thought it was a great introduction to him. And then Capadonna 2, 4-star. Again, great series. And then the next series, this series, when I tell you, I could be doing I'm at work and I'm like, damn, I wonder what they doing in Union City. I wonder what Dr. Sexy's doing. Okay, if you read this series, the series is this is not the previous series is a little newer. This is called Product of the Street. This series is like, I think came out last year. I'm just reading it by E. Bowser. Oh my gosh, like, take me back to Union City. I just need to go back. It's a 5 books, okay? You have Product of the Streets 1 through 5. You follow the main 4 characters. There's a lot of characters. I will say Miss Bowser wrote a lot of characters. Dropped a lot of names. I will say we don't follow all of the characters. Like, they don't all get their well, all the main characters get their own chapter, and a few of the women, but like, it's a lot of names in these books that are it's just a lot. But like, starting from the 2nd book on, you get like a character list, but even from that character list, there's still a million more names in the books. I will say that's the only thing I was like, damn, it's I asked people, but you didn't go into depth, or you didn't need to know much about them. So that's why I was like, why we needed to know their name. I'm just trying to remember all these other people. But listen. Okay, I read the 1st book last month. I'm pretty sure I gave the 1st book maybe a 5-star or a 4-star. I don't know. Super good. I think the only one I gave a 5-star, and don't get me wrong, 4 and 5, a 5-star for me is a book that I will read again. Personally, I may have to change this whole series, because I feel like I might read this whole series again. I don't know. This series is long. It is a lot longer. Like, these books are like 600 pages. So this was a lot of reading. Okay, a lot of reading, but it was so very good, because if I'm going to read about, in my opinion, if I'm reading about some hood mess going on, I want my black characters. What I enjoyed about this series, and also what I enjoy about, I'm going off the topic here, well, not off the topic, but off of subject with the book, is I love the Grey Huffington. I read the Grey List series. I love, if you're going to be a gangster, at least let you be educated, let you have degrees, let what you're doing benefit the community. Love this series, y'all. Like, these guys, these are college graduates. These are not only college graduates, they finish college early. They are beyond smart in their fields, and basically they got this city on lock. Okay, they are they moving weight, but the weight they moving is like prescription drugs that black people, the people that they can't afford them, are being able to get. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have a whole hospital. They have a whole club, which the club is not the club. All I would say is the club, okay? But everything works together. The security, they have security teams, they're on boards. Like, when I tell you, like, we talk about master degrees, we talking about surgeons and psychologists and all these amazing fields. Like, these are not just some corner street boys here. They went to college, but they also they did the legal stuff to get to be able to build this empire where now they are operating legal businesses. And y'all, we go through each story, the meeting each one of them, and it's, oh, these are spicy too. These books are spicy, okay? Not only meeting each one of the characters. I'm just sitting here thinking about how we met, how this book started, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having a whole moment. We meet each one of them. They end up meeting their love interests. I like this. I like this series a lot more because I don't a lot. I didn't mean to say a lot more. I like this series a lot also because of the ages of the characters. I can't, like, age gaps. The last series I just discussed had an age gap that was a little to me. Like, y'all be mad falling in love, but like little, there is one person who's like 20. She's in her early 20s in this book. Other than that, like, I feel like the ages of the men and the women are reasonable, and definitely unhinged men. If you like unhinged men, some of them will kill on sight. Some of them will kill on second sight. It's just they are very much like, I just enjoyed seeing how this union worked with all these guys, and they end up finding the right women for them. I have learned a lot about different type of things that turn people on. It's been very interesting. It's been very great. And not just the men, the women in this story are badasses. Love it. I can't say nothing but good things about this series. I would absolutely read this whole series again. Shout out to Bowser. This is my first time reading any books from her, and she apparently writes paranormal books, so I can't wait to check out some of her paranormal books. Same thing with Jaquel J. That's my first time reading a book from her, so I like to get introduced to new authors here. But yeah, I highly recommend that series. It does not disappoint. It is worth the time and the read. Speaking of another new author to me, it is M.L. Kwan. M.L. Kwan has been on my list for a minute just because the type of books is up my alley. This is a sci-fi fantasy book here. Blood Over Bright Haven. Wow, what a great book. 5 stars. What a great book. It is about, listen, it's so relatable to, like, to society. It's crazy. But you have you have high mages. You have high mages. Basically, these are the people who are writing spells and creating magic to make this city so great. But the book starts off in this distant land while I'm following this character trying to escape this land from this I'll put in quotes, the disease called blight. And he's trying to escape with his whole, which what's left is his clan. There's not many left of them, and a few of his family members. There are not many left, and they're trying to get over into this other land where these mages exist at, right? And just know this land is not the best. Like, they treat them like lower being individuals, but they're trying to escape this blight, right? And then that's how the book starts. And then you're introduced to our main character, who is looking to be a mage, a high mage. Now, if you could imagine, none of the high mages are females, okay? Nothing different from what's going on here. A lot of just masculine toxic situations or whatever, it's just like, we're not supposed to be in those spaces. And I love books like that. I love when the female is trying to get in spaces that everybody's telling her she ain't supposed to be, okay? And you follow this journey of her. Now, I don't know. I see. I just why I don't do review, because I don't know what to say and what not to say, because I don't read the synopsis of books. So I don't know what is revealed and what is not. But just know it's a journey getting into spaces, and even when you're in spaces, you realize like, you still have a battle to fight, and along the way, you learn about things that are happening around you that you had no idea that you took advantage of, and it introduces you to having you to have to rethink how you looked at a whole situation and how you respect it, and what are you going to do, how will you leave your mark on the situation. So I'll put it like that. But it is like I said, it's a sci-fi fantasy. It is like spells and I would say it's not like spell casting, but I guess it is. But it's not like a whole bunch of saying words. Like you're actually doing, like, I don't know how to write. Like you're typing out these different spells per se, to be able to either just simply turn on the lights and run a city, or to move 100-pound wall or something. I don't know. But it's not like a witchy situation type of spells. I guess this is what I'm trying to say. Very well written. There is this was a standalone. I was excited to get a standalone because a lot of fantasy books are so freaking long because they have a whole bunch of series, which I eat them up. But I was excited to just have a standalone to read this, to be one and done. And the last book that I read, that I'm telling you about here, I don't, again, they're not in order, was a Audible original here, so that means it's only available on Audible. It got the cover got me. The cover has Sanaa Lathan on it, and it's by Jane Patterson. So two people that I very much like. I enjoy Jane Patterson's books, and I enjoy Sanaa Lathan. So this is so like I said, it was Audible only. It's called The Justice. I gave this book a 3-star. This is my only 3-star. I'm sorry, I gotta watch these bugs, sure. I don't know if those things are wasps or not. Only 3-star of the month here. It's not. It was, the actors' performances were great, right? But it's literally like books like these. This is my second time reading like one of these Audible only like productions. When I say productions, like you have audiobooks. Some of them are just basically somebody reading the story, but there, of course, you reading it in character, right? And that very much feels like reading to me, because you can follow along with a book. Then you have other ones that are reading a story, but then you also have like a production going on, so you got like music and different things. You still can follow along with a book. They're called like dramatized adaptations, right? So still can follow along with the book. It's just, it may skip one or two things, but for the most part it's like reading the book. I have found that these productions here, I don't feel like I'm reading. On these are actual just audio production. There is no, if there's a book, I'm not aware of it. So I can't follow along with the book, and it doesn't read like a book. It's not. It's like a film. You're watching a film with your ears. It's what it gives is a lot more. It's a lot more productionist, but I just feel like the flow is off for me, and I just do not feel like I'm reading. And there's this whole debate, like if you read audiobooks, you're not actually read, which is a damn lie. And I don't care to argue that. So if you want to argue that, there's plenty other places to do that. I will say, so this is my second one. While I enjoyed this one a lot better because it was Sanaa Lathan, it has some really very good voice characters in it, and the overall story was good. It's The Justice. She has been sworn in as a Supreme Court judge, and man, like she goes through, like, she is greeted with, she's reached this accomplishment, and then like it's damn near almost snatched from her with drama that goes around her. So she's actually telling this story in a book here. And so it's very interesting. As far as the actual plot, it was very good. Like I said, something about the flow just didn't seem right to me. Once I sped it up like a whole bunch, I felt like it flowed better. I don't know, but overall story, it was good. Jane Patterson, in my opinion, James Patterson is a good author for me. If you like these criminal like books or anything related to things like that. So that is it. This video has gotten extremely long. I did not need to make this video that long. I'll go ahead. There's no editing or anything. Just go ahead and put this up. I will try to make this shorter next month. I kind of just was rambling, trying to get my feel of things. But thank you for watching. I would love to hear if you've read any of these books, if you have any suggestions that's along the line of these books, or any of just book talk. Smooches.